Welcome back. Markets are awaiting key housing data this morning. We will get the February Case-Shiller Home Price Index and new home sales for March. Both be released this morning. For many Americans looking to buy a home, it has become a nerve-wracking time as inflation is at 40-year highs and mortgage rates are topping 5%. My next guest is the first female cast member on the hit show $1 Million Listing New York and real estate broker Kirsten Jordan. Kirsten, great to have you this morning. Thanks very much. Assess the market for us right now.
Well, the market's really, really interesting, especially in areas where there has been a shortage of building in the last, I would say, 10 years. You know, what happened from about 2009 to 2019 was that there wasn't really as much single-family home building across the U.S. And so right now, as we're into this movement for buyers and Americans to move to areas and buy single family homes, we're seeing a real shortage, and they haven't been able to keep up with the building since the beginning of the pandemic. And so it's really, really difficult when you're out there looking for a single family home right now because there's just a real shortage of inventory.
Yeah, and that shortage of inventory has really had incredible effects. I was looking at some real estate in New York and how quickly they're moving on the market. There's 136 Bleecker Street I just saw on Instagram, sold in 5 days. It was $6 million. Obviously, people want to buy these homes. What's left in terms of inventory across the country? Is it New York, Miami that are really seeing the shortage of inventory?
We're seeing a shortage of inventory in New York, really in prime neighborhoods. If you look across the country, the shortage of inventory is truly the single family homes. And what is not being acknowledged in the more rural or outside of the city markets is that there's institutional investors that are also buying these properties. There was a study that I saw that at the fourth quarter of 2021, almost 18% of home purchases in the U.S. were investors. So there's also other competition from buyers that have different lending ability or different borrowing ability than the traditional buyer. And so single family homes are really where we're seeing the highest demand, and this was totally a pandemic shift. What I think will be really interesting to see, especially since we're seeing it already in New York City, is that there are areas where there's still supply. It's neighborhoods that are maybe less prime. The 36 Bleecker example is a perfect example of a home that's in perfect condition, but also in a prime neighborhood. As soon as you get to the less prime neighborhoods, there's still a little bit of inventory. There's still opportunity. And if you're creative on terms and you have that buying ability, you can get creative and still find value.
Yeah, I thought that was a good example as well. But it's not just the inventory, right, Kristen? I mean, you've also got soaring mortgage rates. Let's take a look at what we're seeing in terms of rent skyrocketing in many markets. What has been the impact of 5% mortgage rates and rent prices?
What's really, really different about the rates that are changing right now is that this is one of the first times, or I was reading that it's actually the first time we've ever seen rates go up when there's so low vacancy. And the impact of low vacancy when you raise rates is that traditionally you raise rates, home prices come down, and the rents go steadily upwards. Now what we're seeing is because there's actually no supply of either product, because of just the general movement towards people needing to find a place to live. You have, young people moving into cities. There's so many different factors. We're seeing that the rate hike could cause additional lack of affordability and rents to go even higher. And then until the supply hits the market of these single family homes or apartments in the cities, we could still have these numbers go up.
Kirsten, let me ask you this. How long does this cycle take? So we need more inventory. We're in a situation where prices are elevated and we see them going higher, and also people are saying, I'm going to wait to buy a home, I'm going to rent an apartment instead. How long does that cycle take to replenish that inventory?
if you look in areas that have been able to start to build and there was already opportunity in 2020, we're seeing that there should be product hitting the market between 6 to 18 months from now. And so there's a little bit more of an opportunity on the horizon. Places like New York City, we take a lot longer for property to hit the pipeline. We have a lot more regulations. It takes a lot longer for us to be able to build and offer to the public.
Yep.
So I'm seeing a really, really big, kind of sway in where we're going to see that product. And where you're going to see the product are the sand states and the areas where, there's more rural ability because there's a lower cost to entry, and builders were able to enter there when they started to see opportunity as people moved to those states.
Well, I'll tell you, Miami is rock solid, and it is on fire. That opportunity, I guess, was a few years ago. Kirsten, it's great to see you. Thanks very much for being here this morning and walking us through it. Kirsten Jordan. We'll be right back.